outside. It is a brisk morning. It is like, I think when I looked at the weather app this morning before I came out, it was 51, I think is what it said. So that's pretty nice. This should jumpstart the cows that haven't started calving yet. Usually a little bump in the weather like that'll kickstart them. Sometimes it doesn't do anything, but if you watch our no, I only posted that to Snapchat. So we ended up having a calf last night that was not planned, and good. Well, yeah. Poor guy, he's cold. He's out here in a t-shirt. We had a calf last night born that wasn't planned. Our old cow, 17, we had brought her home because she was lame and skinny, and the reason I ended up bringing her home was she got pink eye, and I was like, all right, that's enough negatives, like, I'm bringing her home. Because it was hot, and she was just wanting to go hide in the woods, and that's a recipe for a dying cow. So I got her up and brought her home, and have been nursing her back to health. She is like 18, 20 years old. I mean, she's old. She's an old cow. And she was very thin. I posted a video about her a while back when I was bringing her home. And anyways, she's been doing better. And I'll be dang if she didn't poop out a calf yesterday. It's just this tiny little thing. Let's see. Let's check on it now here. Can you see it? What do you think, Mama? It is like 25 pounds. And of course, I had her in with the feeder heifers because I'm feeding her every day. And whatever, I was getting ready to feed, and I was checking these cows, and I hear this tiniest little meh, and I was like, oh, one of the heifers had a calf in this lot, and it crawled under the fence and got in with feeders. Nope, that is not at all what happened. So I went and checked, and that little calf couldn't really get up on its own. It got cold last night, like for here anyways, like to go from 80 degrees to, I think it got to like 58 or something like that in a hurry. And as soon as that sun went down, and so the calf was getting cold, and we were late getting started on chores because we had soccer practice and archery practice last night for the kids. So we were split up doing stuff. So by the time we got home, well, me and Chloe got home to do chores, it was like 7:30, something like that. And anyway, so it was already starting to cool off. Found the calf in the feed pen, like I said. Brought him up, and it was trying to get up, and then it quit. So I got her caught in the chute last night and busted the seals on her bag, and I propped that calf up, and she nursed all 4 quarters. Probably could have nursed more, but she was content, and so we called it quits there. And I'm going to see if I can't get her to stand up this morning. Last night after she ate, of course, that made her feel better, warmed her up. I could get her to stand. She's just very weak. Like I said, that cow was very, very thin. Like, I am shocked that she was able to carry that baby and didn't abort it a long time ago. So, yeah, because like that cow was extremely undernourished for breeding purposes anyways. I was very shocked. She was raising a big calf. She's got a big heifer calf that we kept. And my goal was to, as soon as we got that calf weaned off of her, I was going to kick that cow out on pasture and just go get her feet worked on, and then just not even worry about, you know, her rebreeding or anything. Just give her a break for a minute. And I'm glad we brought her home anyways. She's been home for almost 2 months. So, like I said, she's been gaining weight and everything like that. So, we've got a hospital patient, which is okay. We will tend to that little heifer and make sure she gets what she needs. Looking out in the heifer pen, I don't see any calves on the ground yet, but that's what happened yesterday. I was talking to you guys on the GoPro. There was no calves, and then as I went and was driving the tractor to feed those two groups, one of those heifers laid down and popped a calf out. So that might happen again today. Who knows? But at the current moment, there is no new calves over there. There's an Opie horse. What are you doing? Say, where's my grain? Where's my grain? Huh. Don't eat the camera. No, don't eat the camera. No. You can't eat the camera. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Good boy. Here's the old blonde horse. Oh, yeah. Oh, is that sweater scary? The scary sweater on my shoulder. Goofball. Oh, that sun is bright. I'll be back. Catch you and saddle you here in a minute. Yeah. So anyways, that's kind of what we're doing today. Getting the calf fed, horses saddled, all the other cows fed. We're supposed to get feed delivered today. And then Ty's coming. We're going to hopefully get those appliances set before he's got to go to school. What else are we doing today? Something going on tonight. Oh, soccer practice tonight. Working on cleaning the camper in between projects. We've just left it open so it can be airing out. Sprayed it for wasps. All that good stuff. Yeah, just a normal day. There's not really anything special going on at the moment other than calving season. Here pretty soon we'll be taking horses, or at least a horse, over to the lease ground every day and start tagging calves and all that good stuff. But right now they've not really started. You know, the first one or two, or dozen or however many come out, usually just tag with the pickup because they're so far and few between with their calving. But once we start having 8 or 10 hit the ground at once, or even 5, half a dozen at once, I'll take a horse because it's so much easier. Carry all my stuff with me, and I can get the calves caught and tagged, and it's really easy to get behind if I don't. Because if you have 6 today and a couple tomorrow, and you don't get them tagged today and you go back tomorrow, those day-old calves are going to be a lot harder to catch than those first 2. So you get the first 2 tagged and you're like, oh well, maybe I'll get a better shot tomorrow, and then it never works out. It's better just to spend all day, if you have to, trying to get the ones tagged today. Now some people don't even worry about tagging anymore. We do, mostly because we still have some cows that we run on a partnership deal, and so to distinguish what calf is whose and where goes what, and what calf goes with which mom and all that good stuff, and for records, we tag everything. So it's important for us to get that done. So yeah, that's kind of your Tuesday morning update. It is very dewy this morning because, like I said, it's cold. There is some rain coming in, hopefully Thursday. It is very dry. The grass is still quite nutritious, but it is crunchy. So I am feeding hay here. I haven't fed any hay at the lease ground. We have some pastures that we need to go kick out on, but I was waiting for some rain and some fall regrowth before I kick cows out in it, because like we've talked about before, if I just go kick a bunch of cows out on these pastures, they will just they'll waste a lot of it. They'll trample it down, and it'll just turn to dust basically. So just kind of waiting on that. And we got to put some temporary fence up on some of it, because used to, the one pasture I'm thinking of, used to, there was just a ton of woods, and it was so thick and grown up that they wouldn't try to walk through it. And then we had a big flood last year, and it cleared out a whole bunch of area. I mean, you can drive a 4-wheeler through there now. And so the cows, of course, found that, and that was one of the spots they were getting out onto the neighbors. And So we since moved, obviously, we moved the cows out of that area and have been building fence since last winter over there in our spare time and when Ty had time. I actually even hired another guy over, neighbor, young guy over here, hired him a couple days and he went over there and helped us. So, but there's one spot that where I was mentioning that used to just be woods and brush that we need to go put up a couple strands of hot wire temporarily just to keep them from trying to get out. And then the water line actually got ripped too because it went across the creek, and when it flooded, of course, it ripped that. So I need to repair that water line and then turn that tank on, and then we can put cows in that pasture. And there's probably enough feed in that pasture whenever it lushes back up. Boy, they could probably stay there for a month or month and a half maybe. Especially if we cut it in half, I mean, I think they'd get a lot of feed out of there. I mean, it's thick. So that's all the stuff coming up. But that's your Tuesday morning update. Thanks for sticking around. As always, if you have any questions, comments, leave them. If you want to see anything special, let us know. There goes the school bus. Kids are fixing to get on the bus and go to school. So I'm gonna go tell them goodbye. That's your morning wrap.